On a chilly October night, a scream shattered the stillness. This call changed everything. Two parents were found murdered, and their 13-year-old daughter, Jayme Closs, was missing. The scene was devastating, a shocking crime with no witnesses and no clues. For 88 grueling days, the search for Jayme unfolded like a nightmare. Volunteers combed through icy fields and dense woods. Investigators chased every lead, yet nothing seemed to connect. The FBI even released age progression photos of her. Despite these efforts, she was nowhere to be found. Questions flooded in. Who took Jayme? Why her? How could someone commit such a crime and leave no trace behind? As days turned into weeks, despair settled over the community. Yet what they didn't know was that Jayme was alive. She was waiting for the perfect moment to take action. This was not just a kidnapping, it was a story of survival and resilience. What happened next was astonishing. Jayme's determination transformed everything, shocking the nation. Now, let's explore how this case unfolded and what it reveals about the strength of the human spirit. Join me on this journey through the Jayme Closs case, a story of terror, survival, and strength. On that cold January morning, as dawn broke through the trees, Jayme's heart raced. After 88 agonizing days of captivity, each step felt like reclaiming a piece of her life as she emerged from the shadows, the weight of fear gradually lifting. The sharp air filled her lungs, fueling her determination to escape, a fierce resolve against the suffocating darkness that had held her captive for far too long. With the sun barely peeking over the horizon, Jayme stumbled through the thick underbrush, the biting cold nipping at her exposed skin. Every crack of a twig underfoot sent terror coursing through her veins, reminding her of the man who had stolen her freedom. Just ahead, she noticed the outline of a path and felt a surge of hope for the first time in months. With her heart pounding, Jayme cautiously followed the path, adrenaline overwhelming her apprehension. Each hurried breath drew in the crisp, cold air of the Wisconsin woods, distracting her from the fear that clung to her like a shadow. Spotting a faint glimmer in the distance, she quickened her pace, praying it was a sign of civilization. Suddenly, she heard a rustle nearby, the sound making her freeze in her tracks, instinctively retreating into the underbrush, silence enveloping her like a shroud. Jayme crouched low, her heart pounding wildly as she strained to decipher the source of the noise. A few tense moments passed before a figure emerged from the thicket, a woman with kind eyes walking her dog. All at once, the weight of fear collided with a flicker of hope, urging Jayme to act. In a trembling yet determined voice, she called out, "I'm Jayme Closs. He killed my parents. Please help me." The woman's face transformed with concern, the urgency of the moment pulling her into action as she rushed to Jayme's side, ready to shield her from the darkness that haunted her. "Don't worry, honey, you're safe now," the woman reassured, her eyes glistening with empathy and understanding. As she ushered Jayme away from the unforgiving woods, each step felt monumental, the prospect of safety inching closer. The woman fumbled for her phone, dialing 911 while offering warm words of comfort, wrapping Jayme in a cocoon of compassion. "Help is on the way. Stay close to me," she said, ensuring Jayme felt the warmth of human connection amidst her chilling ordeal. In those fragile moments, Jayme understood the power of kindness, a light cutting through the darkness that had suffocated her for too long, igniting the flicker of hope she so desperately needed. "Please, I need to get away from him," Jayme gasped, her voice barely above a whisper, filled with desperation. The woman's grip tightened reassuringly on her shoulder, and she nodded, leading Jayme into the clearing where daylight spilled into the shadows. The sound of sirens pierced the still morning air, a symphony of hope that resonated through Jayme's weary heart. As they approached the road, Jayme turned back one last time, the woods, a prison that had nearly consumed her, now a fading nightmare. Adrenaline surged within her as 3 police cars skidded to a stop nearby, officers leaping out and rushing toward them with their expressions shifting from confusion to concern. "You're safe now, Jayme," one officer assured, kneeling to her level, his voice calm yet urgent. "We're here to help you." As the reality of her escape began to settle in, Jayme felt the warmth of safety enveloping her, a stark contrast to the chilling darkness she had faced for so many days. In that moment, not just a survivor, but a warrior, Jayme knew she was finally free. But freedom came with a price. The memories lingered, casting shadows that would take time to heal. As Jayme began her journey toward recovery, she faced a flood of emotions: relief, grief, and an unshakable sense of trauma. Each day brought a mix of hope and struggle as she navigated life outside the confines of the cabin, learning to trust again and rebuild the fragments of her existence. With the support of her aunt and uncle, her resilience blossomed. Through advocacy work, she transformed her pain into purpose, helping others vocalize their stories and encouraging those who felt lost. Jayme Closs emerged not just as a survivor, but a beacon of light for countless others. "Thank you for coming. I've waited so long for help," Jayme whispered, her voice trembling. Jayme Closs survived the unimaginable ordeal, reminding us all of the strength found in resilience and the profound impact of community support. Her journey, marked by terror and triumph, continues to inspire hope, and her story serves as a testament to survival against all odds. Jake Patterson felt the weight of the courtroom's gaze as he took a seat, his demeanor a stark contrast to the bravado he once exuded during the crimes. The air thickened with tension, a reminder of the lives lost, the innocence shattered. Families of the victims were entwined in a collective grief, their hearts echoing with Jayme's words, their emotions raw and potent. Each testimony shaped the atmosphere, weaving a narrative that illuminated the depths of his depravity. The room fell silent, resonating with a shared commitment to justice served on a solemn platter. As the prosecution presented their case, graphic details emerged, painting a chilling picture of Patterson's orchestrated evil. Jayme's statement, filled with unyielding determination, resonated through the walls of the courtroom, transforming fear into a powerful anthem of resilience. The audience felt the surge of collective outrage with every revelation, intensifying their pursuit of justice for the lives shattered by his hand. Even the judge's voice trembled with weight as he condemned Patterson's actions, marking this moment in history, a lingering reminder of both tragedy and triumph. In stark contrast, Patterson seemed but a shadow of his former self, absorbed in the finality of his own fate. Patterson's expression remained stoic, but within the silence, you could sense his unraveling. As the judge read out the sentences, the realization of his irreversible downfall settled heavily in the room. Jayme's presence was palpable, her story etched into the very fabric of the courtroom. The community, once held hostage by fear, now stood united, drawing strength from the unfolding truth. Each person absorbed the weight of accountability, vowing to honor the memory of those lost. Finally, as the gavel struck, marking the end of a dark chapter, a quiet sense of liberation wafted through the air, signaling the dawn of a new beginning for Jayme and others affected. As the gavel fell, the murmur of the audience began to rise, a mixture of disbelief and relief. Some wiped away tears, while others held hands tightly, finding solace in shared grief. The courtroom, once a scene of horror, transformed into a sanctuary of justice. Jayme, taking a deep breath, felt the chains of fear begin to loosen, slowly replaced by a sense of strength. In the end, this courtroom saga became a testament not only to the resilience of the human spirit, but also to the unwavering fight for justice. Both Jayme's journey and her community's solidarity serve as crucial reminders that hope can emerge even from the darkest of circumstances.